Alrighty, good afternoon and welcome to our press conference here for Kentucky. We are joined by head coach Nick Mingione, players Jackson Jelkin, Braxton Van Cleve, and Jace Tarnish. Coach will begin with an opening statement, and then following that, questions will be directed to our players. After that, we will then direct player questions to our coach. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you. So, Coach, if you'd like to start off with a statement.
What a fun college baseball game. I mean, two aces just duking it out back and forth. Different leads, tie game, every little detail mattered in that game, and it showed. And just two incredibly talented baseball teams just competing their hearts out for their institutions. It was a really fun college baseball game.
All right, questions for our players?
Braxton, you always seem to find yourself in these big situations, and you seem to always come through. We haven't spoken to you since your injury. Can you talk a little bit about the emotional aspect of coming up and what you expect from here on in?
Yeah, I think it's just the ability to stay calm, cool, and collected and really just focus on my breathing. I mean, I have a good idea to slow my heart rate down, and I do a good job of that, and that just allows me to stay calm in those situations.
Braxton, when did you realize that you were going to be able to play baseball again this year? Could you kind of walk us through just how that all developed?
Yeah, so right when I got to the hospital, they told me 6 to 8 weeks, you're done for the year. And then after the surgery, they were like, well, now we think you can get back this weekend. And so it was really just getting through concussion protocol. That was the part that we were worried about. As long as I could get through that fine and get cleared, then I knew that I was going to have a chance to play, and so that's what happened.
With the cage, was it just like Little League all over again for you?
Yeah.
Okay, just that 2 RBI single, can you walk me through that, or that 2 RBI hit there? Can you just walk me through that at bat and just how you're able to find ball hit grass there?
Yeah, so I knew that they were attacking me a lot with heaters, especially early in the at-bats, and he threw me 2 in a row, and he beat me with them. And, I mean, he was kind of fueling me on the mound, and he was getting all excited, so I was like, all right, bring it on, and then he threw me another one. And so just the ability to put a ball in play, our team does a great job of that, and that helped us out a lot today.
Jace, you came up with a couple really key stolen bases and then eventually score on the wild pitch. That's the game-winning run. When you're going second to third, what did you kind of identify that allowed you to basically get there for free?
Well, first it was Cerny's 2K fight. He was the reason I was able to get on second, and then just Coach Sloan firing bullets. He saw that the third baseman was back and gave me a delay steal, and I just trusted that call, and it worked.
Jackson, when did you find out you would be starting today, and just how did you feel about your outing as a whole?
Yeah, I found out last night. We just kind of talked and saw how I was feeling, and I felt pretty good. Didn't execute as well as I'd like to, but I did what I had to do to help the team win, and so I'm happy with it.
Jace, on that catch against the wall, just walk us through that and how much that hurt when hitting that wall there in center field.
Yeah, I was just accepting the fact that I was going to run into the wall anyway. And then I heard Braxton's 3-2-1 call, so I was like, oh, I can catch this and then hit the wall. So then that was huge, just knowing that I had those 2 steps, and props to Braxton for helping me out.
For all you guys, just like you guys had a good amount of crowd here. Lexington's not that far away from West Virginia, but in a neutral site game, say the hypothetical, when you guys are an away crowd, how much is their support here going to help you guys?
Yeah, I think that we have a great fan base, and BBN always shows out. So having them here and backing us gives us energy and allows our dugout to have energy, and so obviously that translates to guys on the field wanting to play better and play for them.
For any of you guys, Coach Mingione said you had the best week of practice this whole year, this past week. How did you think that – first of all, do you think that you had the greatest week of practice, and how did you think that translated into the game today?
Yeah, we've lost some close ball games, so our goal this week was to kind of hit on not losing the close ball games. And so we did a little bit of extra running. We did specific, like we kind of structured our weekend like it was a hard SEC weekend for us. And so, we were scrimmaging, and in between every inning we were running and doing extra stuff that we normally wouldn't do while playing, just so that we could get that extra edge and endurance to finish the game.
Lavonis was dialed in from the start. I think that first fastball, Jace, was like 99, and it just seemed like he had all this stuff. For both Jace and Braxton, what made him so challenging to hit and kind of solve that puzzle for the first portion of the game?
Yeah, he was pretty good, I'll give him that, and he was just able to put a ton of different pitches in the strike zone. And I think Coach Minge brought this up, that the first 27 guys at the plate saw more than 3 pitches. So props to us. We were able to just foul off pitches or flow to a breaking ball, for example, and just being able to increase his pitch count helped us get him out of the game, and then just doing that helped us win.
Time for one more for our players. None? Coach, if you'd like to make your
Yeah, guys, you know this, and I don't know who picked these 3 people, but the job that Jace did, I thought sent a message even in the first at-bat of the game. He's just fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And I give Jace a lot of credit. His ability to think and talk calmly and non-defensively. His first 2 outs were a similar result. And he and I are talking on the field, and I'm helping him process what is happening. And I'm just telling him, hey, stay with it. You're going to get this. And sure enough, he does not get frustrated. He makes the play in the field that we need to be made to save the game, and then he scores the game-winning run. But his ability to move on is unbelievable. Jace's ability to do that. And then I cannot say enough about Braxton. If you can think about the wave of emotions that this guy has been through, think about from passing out on the field to having to go to the emergency room, to having surgery. The day after his surgery, Reeves and I went to his hotel room to check on him, and I learned not to do it the day of, because when they come off anesthesia, it could be they say and do things, and sounds like he was really spicy. So I'm glad I didn't go that day, but had a chance to communicate with his mom. But we're just sitting in his hotel room, and his face is just so swollen. And we're watching the SEC tournament together, and he is just talking and just living on the ledge of every pitch in that tournament. And just, man, if you could have seen what his face looked like, and to think a week later that he's going to get maybe the biggest hit of the game, the amount of emotions. And then you guys ask him, hey, how'd you do that? And he's talking about his breathing and be able to move on. This guy is mature beyond his years. And what he did for our team today is nothing short of remarkable. And then the guy right here to my left, we all met as a staff last night, and we met him. I called him. He's like, hey, Coach. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm in my room. I'm like, come down to the team room. And we sit and we talk to him, and we just ask him how he's doing and how he feels and make sure that he was good to go. And this guy just takes the ball and just fights and fights and fights. And in the first inning, a lot of times you got to get an ace early. And they get to one, and they get runners at first and third, and he immediately gets his double play. And he just keeps going. And he does what Jackson Jelkin does. And he just keeps competing and competing and competing, and just held our team right there. And when we needed him the most, he got the biggest outs. That's what a real ace does. And you guys heard me say this. Success, what does that look like? John Maxwell said that success is the people that know you the best, love and respect you the most. The people that know you the best, love and respect you the most. And I'm telling you right now, everyone on our team, in our program, loves and respects this guy the most because of the competitor he is. So great job to these 3 guys. And I know they're probably hungry, so we need to let them go. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Jace, Braxton, Jackson. You guys head on out.
Thanks, guys.
Joe, is this okay? All right, cool. I mean, look at this guy. He even tucks the chairs in. Unbelievable.
And with that, we can direct questions to Coach Mingione.
Nick, just How impressed were you with Lavonis, and how important was it for your all's lineup to work those counts and try to get him out of the game as fast as possible when he's kind of cruising like he was?
Guys, he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. Yes, he throws, I don't know, was he up to 99 or 100 today? But his ability to just pitch and land, you heard these guys, to land multiple pitches in the zone. Amazing, amazing. His calm, his poise is pretty special. And that guy's going to play baseball for a long time. And I felt like he emptied the tank and did everything he possibly could to help his team. He's a special arm and a very special talent.
Coach, just you kind of ran through all these guys' performances right here. The one word that comes to mind most is just like gutsy, the heart that they all displayed. Is this Kentucky baseball at its finest? I mean, I know there's plenty to work on, but just kind of the display of resilience that was shown.
Yeah, I challenged the team before the game to have the right mentality. And I talked to them about toughness. And the way we define toughness is your ability to consistently perform at the upper ranges of your talent and skill regardless of competitive circumstances. That's toughness. And I challenged them to have real toughness and to force their will on their opponent and in the game today to do whatever it takes to win. And to our guys' credit, they showed real toughness. It would have been really easy to just go, oh, man, we got a dude on the mound. He's shoving. This is not our day. No, 27 straight guys went to the plate and saw 3 pitches or more and absolutely grinded on a pitcher that is amazing. And that's what it was going to take. And then we were able to get our big inning because there's 6 components to offense. And the definition of a good offense, I love definitions and I love acronyms, but the definition of a good offense is your ability to score runs when you're not hitting. That's a good offense. And we have a good offense. We were able to score runs when we weren't really hitting. And Lavonis was going to make it hard on us. And same thing with the arm that they brought in after. I mean, Bowie, he was awesome. I mean, left-hander with that kind of stuff. And our guys just did exactly what it took to win. And give them a lot of credit, we just kept fighting.
Nick, following up on that, and to me, I'm not sure if anybody exemplifies the toughness and gutsiness of anyone more today than Luke. And kind of so that moment in the 6th inning, how scary was that? And then how key was it? He got back up, drew the walk, and ended up scoring what at the time was the game-tying run.
Yeah, what a gutsy. And then the reason why there's a guy on first is because Tyler Bell just stands there and wears a pitch right off his knee. And then ironically, Luke bunts one off his knee, and he was in real pain. Like, that's the most pain I've ever seen Luke. And I think if you were to ask anybody on our team, Luke has as much physical and mental toughness as anybody in our program. And thank you for bringing that up, because after the game, Cerny says just watching him fight, Cerny's at-bat late in the game was crucial. He's fouling balls off, 2-strike foul balls. That led to the pass ball wild pitch, and we scored the run. And Cerny was like, there was no way I wasn't going to fight. I'm coming in for the guy that literally just did everything he could to help Kentucky win. And he's like, I just kept fighting. There was no way I wasn't going to fight because the guy that I'm in for deserved that. And Luke, I mean, he just broke us down. That guy, what an amazing, amazing competitor. And then Huddy behind that, and then we just kept going. I thought Carson Hansen's ability to put the ball in play with 2 strikes to get the sac fly was absolutely crucial, but good at-bat after good at-bat. And thought Owen Jenkins was phenomenal behind the plate, caught 3 different guys to near perfection. But Luke's toughness was one of the keys to our victory.
Jackson Susie for the 9th, what was it about that matchup that you liked?
We met last night, and going through their lineup, we were prepared to throw both Niall and Susie. We just thought that those 2 guys would give us a chance in the roadmap to be able to maneuver our way through there. And he's thrown the ball great, Derek. We had an amazing week of preparation, and you heard the guys, like every half inning, like we were running and we were conditioning and we're trying to get them to finish. And Jackson has thrown the ball exceptionally well, and we trusted him, and he did an awesome job with his fastball. he was able to command his fastball to both sides of the plate. It was absolutely crucial. And what a play. I thought Ryan Schwartz was ready for the game. We put him in right. He gets the pop-up. Hansen did a good job. I thought our defense was phenomenal today. Jelkin fielded a comebacker. Great job on a bunt. Caden made a good play down the line. TJ on the slow roller. Luke did a good job on multiple plays. Huddy, just up and down. JT, just good defense all the way around. But Susie was a guy we wanted in that situation.
Nick, nobody said that this would be easy. Wake Forest was ready for you. They had scouted you. They had claimed that they had played teams that played very similar to you, and yet you were still able to kind of impose your will. How validating is that for you as the head coach?
Thank you for saying that, John. I'm just so happy for our players. Like, they have had, the last week, they've had a lot of darts thrown at them. And you heard us talk about how we take everything personal except other people's opinions. And I just want them to play their best when their best is needed. And that's what we did. To your point, I thought Coach Sloan called a great game today. We stole bases. We just tried to run offense. We attempted bunts. We just ran an offense. And the guys, at home, when we win, the kids get to go on the field. All the coaches and the staff kids, they get to get on the field. And I usually get done talking to the team, and I'm so happy for the guys that they get a win, and I turn around and I watch all the kids play on the field, and it's just like so satisfying. So for me, what is satisfying is knowing that our guys played their best when their best was needed, and it really was a team effort. You go up and down positionally, who did what. Jackson, Niall, and Susie were phenomenal. Our dugout was unbelievable. We had two guys come off the bench, and they were ready. So what brings me great joy is for us to get a win for the Big Blue Nation and to know that the players played their best when the best was needed.
Coach, I wanted to ask you this yesterday, but there's obviously 2 games to be played today. Now that you guys handled your business and West Virginia plays later, having a chance to maybe meet up with them again when you guys have the postseason pass. You guys got them at your place. Last year they got you twice. Obviously every game is the most important game now, but does that add fuel to the fire now that's in their place after your guys' past meetings?
They're obviously a great team, and that's why we're here. And by the way, the staff and the people of West Virginia have been unbelievable hosts. Like, they have done unbelievable. They have nailed every detail. They care. This has been an unbelievably well-run regional, so thank you to them and all of our NCAA reps thus far. And I know we have a long way to go, but they're a really good team. And what I know is you don't get to host a regional without being a balanced, well-coached team, and that's what West Virginia is. And you could see that in the fall. You can see in the fall how talented they were. And I'm looking forward to watching them play a really good Binghamton team as well. Yeah.
Nick, I guess we shouldn't be surprised Luke played through the pain being a former hockey player. But will he be game time decision tomorrow? Do you know more about that injury?
Dick, this guy is so tough. He was not taking himself out. I literally went up to him. I'm like, Luke, there's no way I can put you out there. And he's like laid up on the bench and his knee. And I'm like, Luke, I got to take you out. And he's like, oh, okay, coach. Okay. Like, yeah, we'll see. We're taking him over now. JD's with them to get an x-ray to make sure that there's nothing broken there. And then we'll see tomorrow. It's ironic. If you remember last year in the first game, correct me if I'm wrong, but TJ fouled a ball off his knee. And he couldn't play game 2, and he was limping around trying to play, and then we had to sit him out, and then he ended up playing a doubleheader on Sunday. So we'll see tonight. But I know this: if Luke has any ability to play, he's going to try everything to play. And I'm glad it was his knee and he didn't get his teeth knocked out like a hockey player. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
We good?
Good to go.
Oh, thank you guys for being here. Thank you.